Welcome to Choodle Sketches by Sir Chuby, where faith is learned, understood, and deepened in simple ways. Let's get started. Issued by Pope Paul VI on July 25, 1968, Humanae Vitae, on human life, remains one of the most prophetic and controversial documents in the modern history of the Catholic Church. In a world often driven by convenience and individualism, the document stands as a countercultural witness to the beauty of chastity, responsible parenthood, and the divine vocation of marriage. Humanae Vitae is a landmark document that boldly reaffirms the Church's teaching on the sacredness of human life and the true meaning of married love. It also reasserts the Church's rejection of artificial contraception while promoting responsible parenthood through natural means, always rooted in God's moral law. The themes of the document invites us to rediscover the Church's profound vision of human love, sexuality, and life. It challenges us to see marriage not just as a private relationship, but as a sacred vocation rooted in God's design. Knowing its core teachings, we learn how love and life are inseparably united and how true freedom is found in living the truth of our human dignity and responsibility. Marriage is not just a social contract, it is a sacred covenant of mutual self-giving rooted in God's love. Pope Paul VI describes authentic conjugal love as fully human, meaning both physical and spiritual, total, faithful, and exclusive until death, and fruitful. Marriage, then, is a participation in God's love, intended for mutual self-giving and openness to life. Pope Paul VI emphasizes that the marital act must always remain open to both the unitive, bonding of the couple, and the procreative, openness to life, dimensions. These two aspects are inseparable and reflect the divine purpose of sexuality. The encyclical reaffirms the Church's long-standing teaching that any action which intentionally renders procreation impossible, including artificial contraception, is morally unacceptable. This teaching is rooted in natural law and divine revelation. The document does not call for unlimited reproduction, but introduces the idea of responsible parenthood, as stated in paragraph 10 of the encyclical, which includes discerning the timing and number of children based on physical, economic, psychological, and social conditions, while respecting moral law. Pope Paul VI prophetically warns of the consequences of contraceptive mentality, including increased marital infidelity, moral decline, loss of respect for women, and state control over reproduction. These can be found, for example, in the 17th paragraph of the document. The encyclical highlights the role of the magisterium in moral teaching, while also affirming the role of conscience properly formed in truth and obedience to God. It encourages priests, spouses, and healthcare workers to uphold this teaching with compassion and fidelity. The teaching, Paul VI explains in paragraph 18, is not a burden, but a path to authentic freedom and happiness. The encyclical remains a courageous affirmation that true human flourishing comes not from manipulating life, but from embracing it as a gift to be cherished, protected, and shared in harmony with God's design. In its fidelity to the gospel and bold moral clarity, Humanae Vitae invites every generation to rediscover the joy of love that is faithful, fruitful, and free. In a time when the meaning of love, sex, and family continues to be diluted by secular ideologies and consumerist values, the document shines as a beacon of truth rooted in the dignity of the human person and the divine wisdom of God's plan for life and love. Pope Paul VI's message in his encyclical is not a rejection of human progress, but a prophetic call to integrate love with truth, freedom with responsibility, and sexuality with sanctity. Humanae Vitae continues to challenge and inspire us. Its message is clear: true love respects life. It invites all couples to live with faith, responsibility, and love in God's design. Thanks for joining me in this lesson on Humanae Vitae. This is Sir Chuby saying, true love respects life.